updates. All right. Good morning, everybody. As you know, we've been hard at work filling server positions. We have a bunch of new servers in there, so I ask you to please be patient with them. We still have a few more slots to fill, but the big news in dining. Oh, okay. It's like freaking me out a little bit.
Nestor's
Yeah, I got it now. Okay. This is a little spooky. So I ask your patience, and then we also have a new cook, and so he started last week. He's awesome. And then we have 2 new directors starting. We're gonna have co-directors in dining. The first one starts. His name is Shane. He'll be here on the 13th of December. Just a second. Let me turn this on. Sorry. And then the next one, his name is Jose, and he will be here on a different Jose. He will be here on January 3rd. So big changes are afoot. We're still struggling a little bit with nursing, but that's loosening up a little bit. We've just hired two new nurses, 2 new LVNs and a new RN over in skilled nursing. We have an LVN in independent living who will be covering the evening shift. And we're looking for a program director for the wellness. Other announcements other than staffing. As you know, we have the combined resident associate Christmas party coming up on the 15th. So that's from 11 to 1 in the courtyard. Please make it a point to come out, show your appreciation to all our associates, and we appreciate the gifts that you have already given, and those will be distributed there, so I know they're very appreciative of that. Anybody have any questions for me? Yes.
Is there ever going to be a replacement for Becky?
Yes, that will be the co-director that I was talking about.
Okay, which one?
Well, that's to be determined. We'll see their strength, but we think it's going to be Jose. He's back in the house, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's Jose. Got it a little better. Yes.
Maintenance?
We have someone hired who's in the background clearance process. So hopefully here soon. Yes.
Who plans the menus for the dining room?
That's kind of a group effort right now.
Typically, it would be the dining director. I'm playing a little bit of a part in it because I know the system. Is there something you'd like me to add or delete?
No, I was just curious.
Yeah, there's a menu system that we utilize for other areas of the community, and then we alter that menu system for the independent living, with a variety of things. So that's currently it's me who's doing it. It will be Shane and Jose when they arrive and kind of get their sea legs about them.
You could add macadamia nut cookies.
So, some birdie named Ron told me that yesterday, and they will be making an appearance next week. Please don't ask me the day because I was doing it at 9 o'clock at night, so I don't know what day it is. But it will be next week. And then I also heard that we wanted an appearance of the mud pie again, which is on auto ship, and I think we get it next week. So it will be making an appearance here soon as well.
Any other questions about associates or anything like that?
Is there a left safari?
Oh, yes. Thank you. I was going to mention that. On the 22nd, up in the Dickinson Lounge, my son and I will be here making lefse. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a Norwegian flatbread made typically at Christmas in the States here. It's the best way to describe it is a tortilla made out of mashed potatoes. I know it sounds confusing, it's delicious. And we'll have toppings to go with it. So you typically top it. Some people top it savory with just butter. Some have butter. We'll have brown sugar, white sugar, and some jelly.
Microphone.
Oh, sorry. So come have some lefse and enjoy. Meet my son. He's my partner in crime here. It's a 2-person job, and he and I have perfected our recipe over the years. So come on up. It's at 10:30, I wanna say. 11, okay, 11, thank you.
Date again?
Yes.
The date again?
The 22nd, 12/22,
Thank you.
22, 12/22, 22.
Do you have more information about the associates gifting party
The
on
15th?
the 15th?
Yeah, that's, I already talked about that a little bit. It's in the, it's one, from 11 to 1 out in the courtyard.
And what is?
Yeah, what?
Oh, what-
all about?
We'll have a taco gentleman, we'll have a hot chocolate bar, and some other assorted desserts. And the associates will pick up their gift, and we, like I said, they thank you very much for those gifts. It's truly appreciated. But it'll be out in the courtyard. Yes,
What happened to Mike?
what happened to Mike? Who's
Ron.
The
Oh,
wellness
Ron.
director. How soon you forget?
I know.
The wellness director.
Yeah, I know, I got it now.
Okay.
I followed you. Just took me a minute.
Well, as you know, we cannot go into associates or prior associates' personal lives and issues. Mike had commitments at home that needed his attention, and he was offered a position with the Riverside County Health Department, which is only about a mile from where he lived. So it afforded him the opportunity to be home more, and there we are, back again.
Any other questions?
Don't give any more questions.
No more, no more questions, all right, I have to step out, so.
You're stupid.
Okay. All right, so I'm not sure where we are in the agenda.
I went
with Lori.
Oh, we let off with Lori? Okay. All right, so COVID updates, everybody's new favorite topic. We are already seeing, and we predicted that we were going to have an increase in COVID cases following the holiday, and we are already seeing that among residents and staff. So people who have been directly affected have been already informed and notified. Right now, the biggest concentration, of course, is in skilled nursing, and we're line tracing to determine how and where and why. And it appears that it's being brought in from the outside, of course, and there's no real connection among the staff. But what we are seeing with independent living residents is that it's not from the staff, that your exposure was not from staff. So when you're out and about in the community, and I see a lot of people without masks on, it is still required to have your face coverings on unless you're in the dining room. And you think it's safe, but it's not. And you don't know who's sitting next to you, you don't know where it is, and you're going to see a spike happening. So, masks are required, it's important, it's proven, please stick to it. The other is that when you're out and about outside of the Carlotta, like if you're going out to the grocery store, you're going out somewhere else, the rest of the world is not using face coverings. And that seems to be where people are getting exposed. So, you are more informed than the general public is. You've been living with us for 3 years. Can you believe 3 years? And so, do what you know is right. That's all I can tell you on that. We expect that over the next 7 days, we'll continue to see a spike in it. It's the 10 days following the holiday is when we're going to see that happening. The Department of Social Service issued new guidance on quarantine periods, and basically it's still 10 days. And there's this whole little metric that you can test at 48 hours, and if you're negative, test again at 48, and then you're clear. But unless you can really do want to, it's end up being 10 days always. So if you are COVID positive or you've had significant exposure to somebody who's COVID positive, you'll be quarantined for 10 days. And the same is true with the staff. Any questions? We are going to be offering another booster clinic. So if you haven't had the last round of boosters, you can still do those at the CVS, go to CVS, but we're going to do another one here. There is a big increase in flu out in the community. So if you haven't had your flu booster, haven't had your senior flu booster, let's make arrangements to get those going. And Merry Christmas. The sales update?
Good morning. Our current census for independent living is at 154 occupied rooms. We do have 2 units on notice. One will come off this month and then one will come off mid-December is the anticipation. We do have 2 new residents that are going to be joining us in December. One early December and one on December 26th, so the day after Christmas. And we are looking forward to that. Our first move-in is June Barlow. She was in about 4 years ago, she lived at Sun City. Then she moved up to San Gabriel Valley and is now coming back to our area, looking forward to being at the community. And then Mark's was the sale for the end for December 26th, and it is a couple that is moving from Atria. They liked our community better, so they'll be moving into apartment 250 at the end of December. We do have a marketing event coming up next Thursday, December 8th. I do have some of you who are going to be table hosts, and thank you very much to those folks. If anyone else is interested, please let Mark or I know. Any questions for me about sales?
Any new residents?
I don't see any in the room right now.
Okay, and then Lois, does anybody know?
And then some of you may remember resident Lois Swanson. She moved out with her husband to a different community, and she has decided to move back to our community in assisted living. So she is now an assisted living resident. So please feel free to go and say hi. She moved in day after Thanksgiving, so she's just been here just shy of a week.
She was at dinner last night.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect. Well, good. Please be sure to say hi. She was there, her and John were residents with us for quite some time. All right, thank you.
Right.
We did.
So update on the phone system, kind of status quo at the moment. Equipment, a large part of the equipment has arrived at our Tucson. At this point, waiting on when it will actually be installed.
It's off the boat.
Yeah, that boat that was in the middle of the ocean is finally docked. But everybody at this point hopefully has switched over if you are going to keep your phone number. That being said, there will be a 30 to 60 day grace period on the current phone numbers once the new system is in. So if you're still hesitating on whether to keep your current number, you still have a little bit of time, but I would recommend doing it sooner than later. Most switched over with no issues. However, we had one resident that took 8 months to get it switched over, and we finally did. Yay! So just keep that in mind. Really, by the end of December, I would hope that everyone has switched over. If you're going to keep your Carlotta number, if you're not keeping it, and you don't care about keeping it, you don't have to do anything. But if you're going to want to keep your 760-340 number, please make sure you have it switched by the end of the month. I'll go off the cuff real quick, just because I have an interest in preventing scams and frauds. Especially this time of year, you're probably ordering a lot of things from Amazon, from online stores, that sort of thing. Be prepared to get inundated with fake messages. I got one from quote unquote Amazon the other day about my account is locked.
I got one last night.
Yeah, because of unusual activity with a nice long link to link to, threatening to terminate my account permanently if I don't respond within 24 hours. I'm not even sure I have an Amazon account. So, that being said, just be on the lookout. If you get anything and you're not sure that it's right, feel free to come see me. I'm happy to take a look at it for you. Like I said, just let's be safe this holiday. I don't want to see anybody getting taken, especially during the holiday season. I'll mention also real quick about the officially titled California Middle Class Tax Refund that most all of us should have or will be getting. It's basically the California gas tax rebate that they signed into law a number of months ago. Most will get the refund via your bank account. However, based on how you did your taxes last year, some will be getting an actual debit card in the mail. This debit card, the envelope it comes in looks like it could be from any place. It is the most horribly designed envelope I've ever seen. And maybe they do it that way so that people don't steal it and try to use it. However, it looks like a piece of spam mail that I would have thrown away. Mrs. Kemner was kind enough to show me an example of it. So if you get it, it's legitimate. So, but if you have any questions, again, feel free to stop by my office and we can go over it. But if you haven't gotten it already, you should be getting it fairly soon. So just in time for the holidays. Oh, cool. Oh, apparently I am having my semi-annual fraud class next Tuesday. So Vanessa just reminded me. Do you know what time?
I'm looking at it right now.
2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock here in the auditorium this coming Tuesday. Okay? All right. Who's next? Vanessa.
Oh, hello.
Hi, good morning. If you have, all of your December calendars should be in your box by now. You'll see that we have a very busy December. We have a few outings to the Living Desert, to Van Gogh, to this cool, to the Empire Polo Grounds where they have a drive-through light installation show. The sign-up sheets will go out today in the green binder. Excuse me. Some of these events require purchasing your ticket prior. So once you sign up, please give me a call and I will be able to assist you in purchasing tickets to these outings. They should be lots of fun. We have a Hanukkah celebration. The rabbi will be here on one of the menorah lighting days. We have a Hanukkah dinner. We have a lot of fun holiday things going on. So please look at your calendar, and if you have any questions about any offerings, please just give me a call and I can explain a little bit more. If you are currently on LifeLoop, if you tap on the offering, it gives you a little description at the bottom, which is kind of neat. I've been helping a lot of residents get their password to LifeLoop, getting set up on LifeLoop. If you still need assistance, please see me. As far as when our in-house channel is coming, it's still delayed. We're waiting for Spectrum to give us a confirmed date, but something always happens. So we're patiently waiting for that aspect, for that in-house channel. Any questions about anything? Yes, Mr. Kepner?
How come this set in the W is never on a light loop?
It's weird. Sometimes I turn it on and it'll last a whole day, and then sometimes I turn it on and it lasts an hour. Nestor and I have been troubleshooting it. We just can't figure out why they just don't stay on. So we are working on that, because having them on the lobbies, it's really nice to have them as you're walking through, and you can take a look at the things that are going on for the day. So yeah, Nestor and I are troubleshooting that issue. Oh, Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Hunter.
I emailed you about December the 18th,
Yes.
the Sunday at 3, is that on?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Mrs. Kepner?
Will the menu eventually be on Life Loop?
Yes, but that is down the road. Eventually down the road, hopefully before my kids are in middle school, we will have work order requests, transportation requests, reservation requests. Life Loop is able to do a lot of fun things, but I'm just taking it one piece at a time. So right now I'm focusing on the calendar, how to work the calendar, how to do everything in Life Loop, and once we've mastered that, we'll go on to the next. Anything else? Okay, well, thank you so much. Like I said, we have a busy December, so please take a look at the calendar and just circle everything and ask me questions. I was able to put the calendar inside the newsletter, so that's back. I know a lot of residents like having that in the same on the same page, so I was able to do that. Mr. Haver?
Somebody up there in their infinite wisdom has decided not to put family names on the birthday list. Why in the world was that?
Family names.
The last.
They must be all G.
Oh, okay. I will fix that for the next month.
That's the second month it's been done, and it's a little impolite, I think, and doesn't make any sense.
Okay, my apologies. I will make sure that the question was on birthday. It's just first name followed by last name initial. So I will correct it moving forward to have first and last. Yes, we do have a lot of Barbaras, now that I think about it. It can be kind of, if you're dwindling them down. Okay. All right, well, thank you so much. Nestor?
Yes, sir.
So, can you hear? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hey, guys, good morning. A few updates on landscape irrigation. We had an issue with the golf course next to us where they had a broken line. I finally got a hold of the people in charge of the irrigation, and they took care of it yesterday. Our crew leveled up the ground there, so that should be okay from now on. There's also on the watering for the reseeding, they reduced the amount of watering, so I'll be removing those signs off the elevators and lobbies so you guys could use the courtyard where you normally do. Also, they started tree trimming today. They're gonna do part of it today, and they'll be coming back in a couple of days to finish the rest. And that's gonna be done throughout. I mean, not every single tree is gonna get trimmed, but most of them are. Let's see, on landscape, that's parking lot repairs. This about that's still in the works. I mean, it's a big project, so. Contractors having to revise the quote once more and to be resubmitted before the work gets started. The lighting on the casitas thing, I made some progress on that. I know we had an issue on the 600s where part of it wasn't coming on the night. Finally narrowed down to what it was, got taken care of. There's still some, I know that they're having problems. When I have a little time, I'll come back and take care of those. And I want to thank you for being patient on our response time on the work orders. As you know, we're kind of struggling a little bit with people, but we try to get to you as soon as possible. If it's something that you want done, that it's a must for you, please reach to the front desk and ask him for an update, and then we'll get to you as soon as we can. Under Orkin pest control, the issues seem to have been slowed down, so we haven't had any more calls on any rodents. They continue to monitor the bait stations. They added a lot more stations around the building, and I mean, if you see anything suspicious, any activity in your apartment, please let us know as soon as possible, that way we could identify where the point of entry was and take it from there. But as of now, it seems to have corrected. Let's see. I think that's all I have at this time. Was there anything else? Questions? Yes, got 2 questions. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask in the dog park, is there anything gonna be put on top of the dirt in the pathway? Because it gets very muddy with the watering.
Okay, yeah, with the overwatering, I think part of it, the DG gets really soft, so it will have to dry. But I'll talk to the landscape, see if there's something to be done
Like
to.
pebbles, there were pebbles there at one time it seemed, but they're not.
It's not dirt, it's decomposed granite, so once it dries out, it'll harden.
Okay,
So.
yeah, my dogs are white
We'll have to get him some boots.
Yeah, maybe that'll work.
Thank you. I must have missed it. Are you changing the timing of the watering, the morning watering specifically?
Yeah, normally we only water during the night, but right now with the reseeding, we were doing multiple watering times on the day, but that's gonna stop. Right now, they're down to 3 waterings on the day, but give it a few more days and they'll be
It'll just be
fine.
just overnight. One other thing, I did see some rodent signs under my sink. I guess it was Monday I noticed it. I didn't call because I thought the last meeting there was going to be somebody coming around to all the help, the new pest control people or something. But anyway, so yeah, there was.
Yeah, as soon as you see something, please let us know, regardless if someone's,
That's Jamie.
Some of the watering gets on the concrete.
So slippery.
And there's a lot of old people there, I noticed, so that gets kind of dangerous. Is there any way to modify that?
Yeah, we adjust as much as possible, but with so much watering we're doing right now, we get a lot of runoff regardless. So, I mean, they do adjust them, but I mean, if there's an area and a specific, I could take a look and have the landscaping crew take a look.
Yeah. So we ask people to avoid the sidewalks during the overwatering, and there are signs on all the elevators and all the doors. So if you can. I have a question now that I'm out here. Have you always had a mustache?
Are you going to trim the trees on the north side facing the golf course from the lakes?
And what was the question, if they're gonna trim those trees?
The trees on the north side.
Yeah, those will get trimmed down.
Good,
Yeah,
because they're taking away
don't
our
get-
view.
They get thinned down a little bit, so you'll be able to see through.
Okay, thank you.
The bocce ball court. Is there any way to adjust the sprinklers so it doesn't sprinkle the bocce ball court and make it really muddy?
I could have a landscaping crew take a look at that.
Okay, because there's also grass growing in there.
Well, we don't want that.
Thank you.
Do you plan to replace the tree that fell down on the corner of the 500 block?
I know there was a quote submitted for a lot of plants to be replaced, and that tree was part of it. So it's on the works, yes. Anything else? Thank you, and have a happy holidays. Thank you.
So I am back with my dining hat on. I wanted to do quick updates for all the upcoming holidays. On the 22nd, we're going to be doing a Hanukkah dinner in the dining room. Normal times and everything like that, but it will be featuring a Hanukkah dinner menu. On Christmas Eve, so the 24th, which is a Saturday, with the dining room, we're going to alter the hours a little bit. It's going to be from 3 to 6 p.m., so just up an hour. All this information is going to, Vanessa will put on Live Loop, we'll put out reminders and notices. And we're going to be doing a made-to-order pasta bar for that meal. And then for Christmas Day, so Sunday, it'll be a brunch. The menu is prime rib and salmon. Well, thank you. I came up with that one all by myself. And it's going to be similar to Thanksgiving, is where we have the assorted salads and dessert, more buffet style, where the meal will be plated. And then on New Year's Eve, it's going to be more of a candlelight dinner style. And then Vanessa will have a party after. So stay on the lookout for those. The only 2 days that we're going to request reservations, regardless of party size, would be on Christmas Day. So the 25th, we'll do an 11 and a 1 o'clock seating. And then on New Year's Eve for the candlelight dinner, there'll be 2 seatings as well. So we'll put out more information on that. But as far as Hanukkah or Christmas Eve, unless you're having a larger table, we're not going to require reservations for those 2 days. Any questions for the dining aspect of that?
Will you have tables here in the auditorium?
For what?
For both days?
Maybe not New Year's.
Probably not New Year's Eve, and depending on what the reservations look like for Christmas, if it's warranted, we'll obviously set up additional tables. If we don't think it's necessary, then it would all be in the mark. Yes, Mrs. Dora.
Will the reservations be in a binder?
Yeah, Vanessa, we were just talking about that before we came in here. For Christmas Day, so the 25th, the reservation book is going to be put out in the mark at 11 a.m. on the 19th. And then we'll do the same thing for New Year's Eve. We'll do kind of a week before. My calendar in front of me, and I'm not that good with the date right now. So we'll put out the information so everybody knows and has an equal opportunity to sign up for their chosen time slot. Yes, Mrs. Foreman.
I thought Thanksgiving Day was handled very well.
Oh, good, thank you.
When we came in, we knew exactly where our table was, the number of it, the menus were attractive. It went very well.
Well, good. I'm glad that I had a little bit to play in that, but it was mostly Ron. I'll give all the credit to Ron for Thanksgiving, but I'm glad it was enjoyable. So good. And it'll be, again, similar on Christmas Day. All right. Well, thank you.
Okay, and the last thing on the formal agenda is the October disaster recap. And from the October disaster program that we had on the shakeout, there were several recommendations that came from that, from people that led the small group breakouts and other observations. They were to basically to put together a small guidebook or handbook that included the high points of how to respond in different disasters, what to do when the smoke alarms go off, things like that. So we're working on that. It's gonna take a little while to put it together. Look for that sometime into the first of the year, after the first of the year. Okay? Seeing no questions or comments, and darn.
Do you have a date for the next COVID shots here?
I don't have a date. They're setting it up. It's going to depend on when Rite Aid is available to come in and do that. So, Pat.
Yes, the volunteers. I know we're trying to do a volunteer program for the dining services.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. The comment is about the volunteer program for the dining services. Cheryl has been graciously, accepting names, doing things. She and I need to get together to come up with a date to do a training. So, yeah. So possibly, maybe next week, we'll be able to pull that together. This week's a little tied up and busy with things. Karen?
What are the jobs that residents would be helping with?
Washing dishes, scrubbing the floor, trash removal. No, it's really whatever you would be interested in. Some people have said that they would like to help, set the tables. Others would be the hostess, would check people into the dining room and seat them. It's anything that you would be interested in doing other than food handling. So can't handle any food or beverages. That has to be done by the staff. But otherwise, helping out wherever you want to help out, whatever your interest might be. So, and then we're getting this new crop of servers in, and what I would like to do is maybe a group of residents who would come down and help in their training. And, have them serve, a meal to you where they can interact. You could say, this is the, serve from the left, remove it from the right, huh?
The opposite.
So it's leave on the left.
Well, I won't be doing the training. So, I know how to do it. I know. But, to do that kind of thing and how to pour and those sorts of things to let them know. The younger kids that are coming in have not grown up with any of that. They don't even sit down together as a family and eat anymore. So, it's a whole different concept for them. So, looking for people that are willing to do that, work with them and let them know that you don't bite. That's, there's some, they're just afraid to talk to people. So, yeah.
I just wanted to remind everybody that we've got raffle tickets on sale right now in the back of the room for the thrift store. We've got 3 prizes to choose from if you're a winner. So.
Okay, get your raffle tickets for the Cozy Corner.
Right. And every Friday they will be on sale in the store, and the raffle will take place at the resident council meeting in December.
So the December resident council meeting will be the raffle drawing for the 3 fabulous prizes.
Yes.
Okay. One of the 3.
One of the 3. All right.
Well, I missed the October disaster thing. I can't remember why, but a couple things have happened, and I realized I don't really know the things about when and where to exit. And is there a flyer or something for each apartment that tells what to do?
Yeah, as part of your admission process, there is a aluminum sheet that's brightly colored, has yellow and red and blue on it. And it is a brief summary of what to do and where to go, and where the assembly points are. So the general rule of thumb is that you stay where you are. The fire alarms go off, you stay where you are, unless where you are is on fire. So if you're safe where you are, that's where you should stay. You get into trouble where you're moving about the building, moving around. Your apartments, your casitas are designed to stay with, I'll use an example. If you live in apartment 200 and there's a fire in 202, the firewall between the apartments provides a minimum of 45 minutes of protection. So a fire can be burning right on the other side of this wall, but it won't make it into this room for 45 minutes. So, same thing above, up and down and above. So the safest place to be in any disaster is where you are, if it's safe to be there. So in an earthquake, stay where you are. Don't be moving around. In a fire, stay where you are. Don't move around unless it's not safe to stay in that location. Okay? And then if you have to exit the building, there are assembly points in the carports. And they're identified with a 6x6 red plaque that says assembly area. Okay? All right? Okay, well, let's enjoy December. It's tomorrow. All right, thank you all. Oh, I want to take this time to thank Vanessa and Esther for getting out holiday decorations and getting us going. I'm told they'll be finished by the end of the day. 2 days.
December 26th.